All right, guys, it is that time of year. Snow is a falling. Happy new start to 2024. Very pretty. However, got to get the car shoveled off so we can head to the barn and take care of the horses. How is everyone else's January going? I hope everyone had fantastic holiday season, fantastic new year. I hope we're all off to a great start for the new year. I love this time of year, the time of year where we've had a chance to reset, we've had a chance to take a little break, had a chance to have a little off season, and now it's time to really start in on new goals, hashtag new year, brand new opportunities to turn our life around, make it better, improve it, make it different. Just start living the life that you want to see yourself living. And the new year is such a natural, good opportunity to do that. Well, you guys just love the sound of walking in the snow. How pretty that is. All right, so we are unsnowed enough to hopefully get out of our driveway, and we're going to head to the barn. We're going to take care of the horses. You guys want to drive around with me in the snow and see all the beautiful sights? All right, let's put this puppy in four-wheel drive. See if we can get out of the driveway. Let's hope we can. We can't even see the driveway, which is part of the problem. Oh, there's people sledding across the street. So I wanted to follow up after my last video, which was really terrible air quality, or which was really terrible microphone and audio quality. So I had already, made it up in my mind that I needed to get a microphone, and lo and behold, one of my family members beat me to the punch and got me this little microphone, which I'm trying out for the first time today, so we cannot have a terrible microphone quality anymore. Hopefully, fingers crossed. The last video I posted was self-admittedly really bad audio, but I couldn't fix it. I tried to fix it, just didn't have the right equipment when I filmed it. But if you couldn't stomach the audio of my last video, in a nutshell, all it was talking about was, finding your time to have an off season in the year, finding a time to have a period where you relax a little bit, you reflect some, and you figure out what is your next direction. Like, how do you want your life to be different or better, or do you want it to be different? And then figuring out, how do I get to where I want to be? And more precisely, letting your animal brain, as I call it, or people call it the dinosaur brain, the caveman brain, the part of your brain that does and handles so much of our life for us without even us knowing what it's doing. The animal part of our brain acts on instincts, and its function is to keep us safe and healthy, and it doesn't always get it right, which is a lot of what we talk about in this video channel, is how the animal brain can come sometimes, sabotage us, because it's not the critical thinking, logical, complex decision making part of our brain. It's very much animal instinct, and it wants what it wants, and it will stop at nothing to get that and to satisfy that. And sometimes what it wants is not in our best interest. So yes, it can be bad in some ways, but I'm challenging us to use it in a positive way. When you have something that you want for your life, whether it be you just want to go in a different direction, or whether you are lacking something or longing for something that you don't have, tell your animal brain what it is that you want or what it is that you need, and repeat to it every day. Manifest it. Let your animal brain go after that thing the same way it gets crazy about making sure you eat, or making sure you have shelter, especially like on a day like today, making sure that you stay safe and alive and healthy, and like, turn what direction you want your life to go into something that the animal brain will instinctually go after every single day you wake up. People talk a lot about manifestation, and I think that that is why it works, because when you manifest what you want for your life every single day, it becomes to the animal brain, in my opinion, kind of the same thing as making sure you get fed, or making sure you take a breath when you need to take a breath, or making sure that you have shelter. Manifestation, I think, turns what we want into something closer to almost an animal instinct. And when we do that, I think our animal brain takes over control of a lot of stuff that we normally would have to think about or wrestle with. But instead, it just does. It just acts, it just does. It just creates that destiny for you. So that's what I'm working on so far this year. I have some big directions and things about my life that I want to change or adjust. Oh, this is so pretty. Let me turn you around. Just a little sightseeing for people who might not have a snowy atmosphere to look at now and again. But anyway, like I was saying, I think, what was it I was saying? Now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, but so that's what I've been working on. I have a couple of big things that I'm trying to do in my life. And I have really been focused on making sure my brain is aware of its mission, and it's working because now I can feel myself like really hungry for doing things and making decisions that are going to spiral me in this direction that I want to go. The first step, of course, is figuring out what direction you want your life to go in, obviously. What is it that you want, what it is that you're longing for. Is there something that you're longing for, or are you completely happy with the way things are? You got to figure all that out. But once you figure out what it is that you want, what it is that's going to bring you fulfillment and purpose. Guys, we talk about this all the time on here, and I know I sound like a broken record, but having a purpose is so important to your mental well-being. You have to have fulfillment in life. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a reason to get out of bed every day and feel like you're living your purpose. And if you don't have that, things get really empty really quick. And I think it is a really big reason that so many people struggle with anxiety and depression. Again, I'm not an expert in any of this. This is just what I have. These are just opinions that I have developed, from my own experiences and reading and talking to people and, XYZ. So take it all with a grain of salt, of course. But, this is what I believe. And I think a lot of us don't really have something that brings us a lot of fulfillment in our lives, or a lot of purpose, or a sense of, adventure or risk, or a sense of I have a reason to get out of bed tomorrow and try again. You have to have some meaning in your life. And if you don't, I think we can spiral in a really bad way really quickly. So, if you don't have something in your life that excites you, or that makes you want to get out of bed in the morning, or, makes you feel like you have some adventure, or feel like you have a purpose or a meaning, like, I beg of you to work on getting that for yourself. It can be anything. It can be volunteer work. It can be in your career. Like, you can find it in your career. It can be in hobbies. It can be in, relationships and social settings. And it can be anything. But, like, you have to have something that brings you excitement and meaning and fulfillment. Other thing I'm finding is I always thought that I had to go out and find my purpose, like find the job or find the thing or create the thing that, would allow me to fulfill what I thought was my purpose, or what I thought I was on this earth to do. And what I'm finding is your purpose will find you anywhere. Like, it doesn't have to come in the way of your job. It doesn't have to come in the way of like volunteer work, or, your projects. Like, it will find you. Like, no matter what you're doing in life, if you are doing it to the best of your ability, if you're taking pride of what you do, if you're always living your truth and trying to provide what skill set you think you have to the world around you, like, you are adding value to the world. And your purpose can find you anywhere, in any field, in any job, in any role. Like, the skills that you bring and the meaning that you bring to the world around you, you can find that anywhere. You just have to let it in when the opportunities present themselves. So I am rolling hot and heavy into 2024. I have goals identified. I have visions, better yet, visions of what I want my life to look like identified. And my brain is going to be thinking about that every single day. And hopefully every decision I make is going to put us in a step closer to those things that I want. But what I've noticed is I'm so excited because, like, it's like, oh, all these things are happening and I'm excited. And I notice I feel pretty scrambled. And I think that that's another really important talking point don't overwhelm yourself. If you have too many things going on, if you have too many goals, if you have too much in your head, you are going to fail, and you're going to fail miserably, because what the animal brain and what our both our animal brain and our conscious, logical, critical thinking part of our brain, both of them work best when they can focus on one thing at a time, one task at a time. Multitasking is a myth that doesn't really exist. If you're trying to multitask, you're not going to be as effective at anything as if you would be if you were dedicating all of your energy and all of your thought into that one thing at one time. So don't get so excited and so overwhelmed that um, can't really be effective at any one thing. So for me, what I'm going to start to really try to train and take advantage of is what they call time blocking. Of course, I didn't make this up. This is in a lot of books about, written by people who are really successful. Time blocking, because remember, we live in a world where we're pulled in a million directions every single day, right? Like, your email's going off, your phone's going off, you're looking at Facebook, your family's calling you, work is bothering you. I mean, we live in a world of just serial distractions. So time blocking, I think, is even more important for us now than it would have been, 30 years ago. So time blocking is essentially carving out a part of your day or multiple parts of your day to dedicate towards your one thing in that one area of your life. So for example, if you have, let's say you have 3 projects that you want to do or that you want to accomplish, or 3 things that you want to work on this year. Block your days out for that. Say, all right, 2 hours Monday through Friday is dedicated to this, 3 hours Monday through Friday is dedicated to this, and so on. Make sure to time block for relaxation as well, right? Like, make sure to set a time where it's like, this is not work time. If I spend 4 hours, if I spend from 7 to 10 working on this project, and from 10:30 to 3 working on this project, and then 3 to 6 working on this project, 6 o'clock needs to be your identified stop time. Like, you need to identify a working stop time where you shut it all off, shut your brain off from work mode, and sit down, relax, chill, recharge, get ready for the next day. So time blocking for you, for me time, for time to relax, time to chill, time to do what I want to do for myself, or time for you to do what you need to do for yourself, is very valuable. But anyway, that's time blocking in a nutshell. And make a list about what it is that you want to prioritize in your life, and then make a list of how many hours a day you're going to give to that thing, and then keep yourself on a strict schedule. That helps. Why is my car beeping at me? It does not like this car that just pulled up beside us. I guess it thinks it is too close. But anyway, but yes, that is the secret to really successful people that juggle a lot of stuff in their life. That is oftentimes what they report as the secret to their success. Time blocking. It's going to keep you from getting overwhelmed. It's going to keep you from, trying to multitask all day long, which makes you very inefficient and very ineffective. So focus on time blocking, and then for that time that you allotted for that one thing that you think is important, give the entirety of your focus to it. So I'm going to be working on that this year. We'll report back on how it goes. What are you guys challenging yourselves to do this year? What are your big plans? I encourage all of you to dream big, go big. Shoot for the stars. You know the old saying, nothing great ever happens in the comfort zone. So don't be afraid to take some plunges. Like, don't be afraid to take some risks. Don't be afraid to really try to blow your life up in a good way, like in a successful way, in a better way. Really focus on setting your sights on the life that you want for yourself. I'm getting close to the barn here. Let me turn you around again. It's a pretty little drive. Let's see if they are standing out in the middle of the pasture or if they are in their run-ins. Oh, nope, that's them right there. You guys see them? There they are. Hi, girls. Look, they see my car. All right, well, I guess that answers my question about whether they'd be out in the pasture or chilling in their run-in shed, because I guess they are out in the pasture. I mean, they do, of course, have their heavyweight blankets on, so they should be warm and dry under them, but I know that they'll be happy to come into the barn and get some good hay. All right, guys. Well, we will talk again soon. I hope everyone is having a great start to 2024. I hope everyone is happy, healthy, all the good things. So, yeah, we will chat again soon and have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye, guys.